What's up, gamers? It's your host, Cobra, and today we've got a bunch of news from Riot Racers. Now, quick programming update, because over the next few months, I expect that this project is really going to kick into gear. We got a ton of news recently, which we're covering today, and a lot of that is going to go into action very soon. Plus, there's a whole bunch of additional news that I'm expecting to come in the near future as well. So if you want to stay up to date on everything Riot Racers and the Freerolls coverage, make sure you like and subscribe this video and help support the channel. Also, make sure that you're following us on Twitter so that you get all of the latest updates.
Did you really think they would stop at just cars?
On to the second and frankly more exciting news update from Riot Racers, and that is on December 2nd, they're going to be dropping drivers. Now, drivers are a very cool addition to the game in that they will serve as both a PFP for us to use on Twitter and Discord, as well as a usable character in game. Now, there's a whole bunch of really cool things going on with this drop, and the first one is the part that I like the best, and it's that Genesis car owners will all receive a free airdrop of a driver for each Genesis car that they own. That means that the first 3,333 drivers will be going to Genesis car owners. This is both a nice and welcome benefit for being an early holder. It also means that anybody who invested prior to the announcement of drivers thinking that they just needed a car and they'd be able to play is still able to do that because they're going to get a driver for free. One of the cool things about drivers is that you're going to have the ability to rent them out. So almost like hiring a professional driver to drive your car. The drivers will be able to potentially generate some passive income. One important thing to note is that drivers are going to be sold differently than the cars were. If you participated or tried to participate in any of the drops for Genesis cars, you know that you went into the marketplace and they had a whole bunch of assets available for you to reserve and purchase. This meant that you could go after specifically what you wanted, the car model that you liked, the color that you liked, the level that you liked, assuming there was still stock available. However, it also means that people who are arriving later, who didn't necessarily know what they wanted or didn't necessarily know what was good, didn't have the same opportunity as the people who were better prepared and able to move quicker or even just get through the CAPTCHAs quickly. This is a style that I really like, and I would encourage the team to adopt this for future car sales as well. The last thing that I really like about this drop is that if you are new to Riot Racers, this is an excellent entry into the project, and the reason is a couple of things. First of all, they are going to be giving away 150 racetrack plots ranging from rookie to legendary for some lucky minters. This means that simply by participating in the drop, you have a chance to win a very cool passive income generating asset that will also give you an opportunity to move up in the Riot Owners Club if you don't own any racetrack land yet. The other thing that is really cool is that for every driver you purchase, you're going to be getting a whitelist spot on the next car drop, which is going to be the Apollo cars. Now, these will be cars that are not Genesis. They're the next generation forward, but that is another opportunity for new users to join the project and get a car at a relatively inexpensive price. Whew! Quite a lot to take in, and quite frankly, I am only touching the tip of the iceberg on this video. If you want more details, make sure you visit the Discord, which I've linked below. I've also included at the end of this video a link to Grubelstein's breakdown of all of this news, because he goes much more in depth in covering both the ROC, the driver's drop, as well as additional news that has been released by Riot Racers. So check that out and subscribe to that channel as well if this is a project that you are interested in. For the new users coming to Riot Racers that don't own anything yet today, I would recommend that you start out with a driver. This is a great way to get into the project by purchasing at drop prices. And because purchasing a driver comes with both a chance to win racetrack plots as well as a whitelist spot for the Apollo drop, that means that you are guaranteed to be able to get a car to go along with your driver. And the prices of the cars are going to be much better for the Apollo drop than it would be to purchase a Genesis car on secondary. Now that said, the Genesis cars will always have benefits and greater value than the Apollo cars will, simply because they are Genesis and more scarce. So if you can afford to, getting a floor car from the Genesis collection off of OpenSea is another great way to get in, because if you do this before the driver drop, you will then get included in the driver airdrop for Genesis holders, which means you don't have to purchase the driver at all. And when you consider that a driver is going to cost 0.07 on the drop, and the floor price for a Genesis car is not a whole lot higher than that, the value is pretty good. So how many drivers do you actually need? That's a very good question, and quite frankly, we don't exactly know the answer yet today, because we still need to learn just how big an impact they have on the game and what having a variety of drivers to choose from means for your racing strategy. However, we do know up front that there's going to be 3 genders, male, female, and mecha, as well as 4 types: earth, wind, fire, and water. And those are traits that I expect are going to have an impact. Maybe not so much gender, but the type I expect will have an impact on the race. There's also going to be additional features, and I'm unsure if those are just going to be rarity related to the PFP, or if they're going to actually have gameplay impact as well. However, I think if you're going to be a serious racer, you want a minimum of 1 of each type of driver. Now here at the Freeroll, we're going to get 4 drivers airdropped to us because that's how many Genesis cars we own. So if we're very lucky, we may get 1 of each type. And if that were to be the case, I think I would probably be okay without purchasing additional ones. However, I'd say that that's pretty unlikely of happening. So I will probably plan on minting at least a few, in part because I want to support the project, but also so I have a couple extra chances at a more rare PFP, as well as increased odds at getting at least 1 of each type. In the end, I expect duplicate types I will probably try to sell off and hold 1 of each type of racer, regardless of their genders. But hopefully I can get a nice mix of gender and other traits as well. Well, gamers, that wraps up our Riot Racers news update. I'd love to hear from everybody what you think about all of the big news. Are you excited about the Riot Racers Club? Are you excited about the driver's drop? What are your plans for each one? Please let us know in the comments, especially if you have any questions about how to proceed and what you need. If you're not already, make sure you're following us on Twitter, and make sure you hit that like and subscribe button to support the channel.